give it a little intro. This is the MPL Week 1 catch-up. I'm going to watch all the games. I'm going to try and not stay biased. I'm going to let you know what I see as the game's about to begin, then we'll watch it. I might have to turn it off slow if I feel like it's dragging too long or if I don't have enough to say. We're going to kick it off. I randomized the game, so I don't know who's coming up in what order, but it's not that big of a deal. They're just on Showdown. So, what we got here first is I got my good friend Mort Brooklyn. First day, basically off the rip on this game. On Day's team, Reggie Alecki, King Gambit are win cons. On Mort's team, Backscalloper and Low Punny are win cons. In an odd circumstance, Volcanion could also be a win con. But I feel like you got to watch out just because this team definitely should have hazards. I see a Diglett, so I would assume there's rocks. So if this isn't boots, Volcanion could be in a bit of a pickle. But if it has specs, it should still be pretty safe. So really, to me, in this game, it comes down to one of those four winning. But off the rip, this Cloudsire being alive means Alecki can't win. At least not off the rip. I'm assuming that's what Doug Trio's here, like to trap it. So pretty much Day's gonna have to find a way to get this Cloudsire in front of Doug Trio, and if he can't, just gonna see how it goes. All right, so uh, this is slow. This is slow. It's definitely slow. Yep, should have seen that coming. That would have been a crazy double. All right, let's watch it in normal. Let's see what happens. I'll just pause it if I need to. So let's reset this. That's my brain's not working. All right, so we got a Reggie Lucky lead on Slow King. Right here, this double would have been Brazingo. If he went Doug Trio, knowing that this Claude's probably coming in to absorb the Volt Switch, Claude's trapped, Reggie runs with the game. It's over turn 2 if Day makes that play, but he goes for the Volt Switch. Like for some reason, he's going to stay in on his Slow King. He sends out Doug Trio after. Slow King comes in, Rocks goes up, Scald goes 1%, Sash Doug Trio. Doesn't matter, it's broken. Reggie Lucky back in on the chilly reception. I can only imagine Cloudsire's going to come back in here. That's fine. We're on turn 5 or whatever. So he goes hard Doug Trio on Cloudsire again, but we're at 1 HP, so Cloudsire can just Earthquake. Clouddasis G picks up a pretty easy kill there. This is Mega Venu coming in. And at this point, it's not looking great. I feel like for our Regieleki to be our win con, we were really looking for this Claude to be dead. So this Claude sitting in front of us at 100 HP makes me think this isn't going to go where we want. Rocks are now up. Definitely punishes Day depending on what sets he's got. Corviknight comes in. This guy's dancing up. U-turn. That's pretty classic. Pretty classic, pretty classic. Fake out. That crit kind of sucks. Kind of leaves his hacks in a weird spot. Goes Corv on the Dragon Claw. And it's Rocky Helm, so we stayed in. He took 16 that time. We clicked Roost. That was a good play out of Mort. Nope, Terra Electric Hacks. There it is. And Corviknight broken, but Terra Blast isn't contact. Never mind. I was gonna say he died to helmet. He didn't die to helmet. Mega Low Pony comes in, fakes out that. Here comes Regieleki. It's Boots, obviously. He's not taking rocks, but this Claude just sits in front. If I'm more, I just put the rocks back up. You know, what's stopping me really at this point? Yep, back up. Leech Seed up. Recover. Surely this Venusaur has Psychic. Nope, I guess it's Earth Power. Um, that was a good double on the Slow King. Sadly, he's Colbur, so now King Gambit can't stay in, and more can chili out for free. Yep, because you don't want your King Gambit to go to sleep. Bax is in. It's looking dangerous. We are Ice Body. That's a good set with the chili reception. Sub on the T Wave. And I'm just going to pause it right here. This is like worst case scenario. Like this Bax has problems kind of going breaking this Venusaur and this Slowbro. But if it starts getting big behind this sub, then that's game one. And there's not a lot you can do about that. So there's Dance on Psychic. It fades. But he's left these ice bodies, so he's getting plus 12 back. He double dances, and this guy clicks psychic to break sub. There's obviously going to be some Terra Mind games, but he goes ground and dances a third time on what's now going to be T Wave. And Earthquake didn't kill, but we don't maybe we don't have Scald. I don't know. That was probably the best like chance, but that Slowbro's not going to live anyway. At this point, it's over. You know, like this, yeah, that Earthquake's gonna kill Mega Venu. Regieleki. Oh, not even Regieleki. Okay, I guess he could with three. I don't know the exact damage, but Sucker Punch would have put it in chip, but it wouldn't have mattered because um, Reggie can't hit it with rapid, well, like other than rapid spin, and Slowbro's dying. So I don't even know if clicking Sucker matters in that scenario. Maybe it does for Diff if you want, but this is over. Um, yeah, it just we just get earthquaked. And that's a wrap. So first game pretty much went how I kind of assumed it was gonna go. Well, I didn't know exactly who was gonna win, but in my mind it was Regieleki or King Gambit. It was Baxcalibur or Mega Lopunny, and it couldn't be Regieleki as long as this Clodsire was alive. Clodsire's alive, and this Bax hit 3 dances. All right, so we're gonna keep it kicking. Next game we got up is I'm not even gonna try to say it. I know that's Sky, Lottie, and that's our good friend Riot. Let's get into game here. I'm gonna play the music off and just kind of pause and keep it going. How I see how this goes. I may try to include. Let me pause it. Obviously, this Cleavor lead, mine, game breaking is gonna click Stone X. We do Terra preview, or sorry, they do Terra preview now. I might try and include these at some point, but in my mind, it's kind of no diff. In terms of watching the replay, like I'm not watching the 50-50s happen in real time. It's just kind of a they're just going, so it's not a huge deal in my mind for me to know what the terrors are because the play did or didn't happen. But we got a Fortress lead on this on this Cleavor. Cleavor put up rocks and Fortress took his free kill. We went Gudra on the Mienshao. This thing clicked Blaze Kick. Sky's team is very cringe. She's playing You Can't Know Who I Am mind games with this Zora arc. I hate that mon. Mimikyu is cool. Eats the high jump kick. Takes this guy for 50, but it's probably Regenerator. Trick Room goes up, which is pretty cool, but here comes Garchomp. It's burned now, so honestly, this has put in work already. I don't know if that crit had to happen, like if it needed it to kill, but it got it. So now you don't know who that is, but a Terra Ghost and clicks Shadow Sneak, so there goes Mimikyu. I would like to say, I don't know if Riot sees a different Mon if he stays in with his Mimikyu, but he probably thought he was just going to either chip the Zard, which is Zard Y, for a lot, or swap to something that could eat a hit from Zard, but it was her Zoroark, which then clicked Terra Ghost and clicked Shadow Sneak. So now I'm guessing Riot set up his team to be slower. So I'm guessing this Mimikyu was supposed to be star of the show in Trick Room, and now it's gone. But what can you do? Guess that's Zoroark. Fun mon. Here comes Cyclozaniel. Apparently that's me. I can respect it though. I don't like that mon though that much. He's got another Trick Room setter, which is good, but I don't know who's well. There goes that. So both Trick Room setters are dead. So I guess there's not a huge deal. Here comes Fortress, but honestly, that's a pretty good eject button just to get Cyclozar back in, but you just rapid spin to get these rocks off. But you lose your leftovers in the tired season. And Fortress got another kill on the Cyclozar, but I don't think Sky needed Cyclozar to win because there's a Zard Y here. Um, this Gudra can sit in front of it, but Mian comes in and gets Dracoed in the mouth. So actually it was kind of looking pretty good for Riot at this point. Here comes this Charizard Mega Y, but the buffed Ghost Terrid Zoroark just goes hard with Poltergeist, I guess. I guess Riot should have had somebody without an item if he wanted to beat the Poltergeist Zoroark. And yeah, I think that's just going to be a clean sweep. All these guys are too slow. I don't know if any of them had a chance to live. Well, I do know that he said he was playing under the impression that this Ogerpon was going to live based on a calc diff, but it didn't. So he missed Magma Storm, but I don't think it killed, so I don't think there was a lot he could do. And then she just goes the real Zard to get a free kill on the Fortress. And that's it. An unfortunate moment. Um, Definitely felt like there was a chance for Riot to. It looked a lot better than what happened, but I really hate Zoroark. That's fucking cringe, man. All right, on to our third game. What do we got here? Next up, we got Blitzit versus Wumbles and such. So we got Mr. Sun Lover versus Not Sun Lover. So that's a good kind of the leads that we would expect here. That looked like a lot of damage. Maybe that Coco spexed up. We're fishing on this guy, and now we're T-Wave prankstering because we're just so cool. Lottie being paired is probably pretty bad here. Torkoal sets the Sun into Hat on the Draco, gets immune, stay freeze. Swampert comes in and get Mystical fired. His special attack falls, but he doesn't really care. Earthquake's fine. I think Rocks could have been cool, but I don't think Blitz was running too many swap games. He just kind of gets these guys in, and Sun, Terra Waters, his Walking Wake, and clicks Hydro Steam, and that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Blitz has to respect the Ogerpon rock move just because Wumbles hasn't used a Terra yet, but now he's gonna be physical Venusaur and Sun. So I guess that happened. This Lottie is it's parried, and Coco comes in on the Mystical Fire, loses half health, and his special attack is dropped. Great great switch into the Tusk on the Volt switch, makes him hard switch, goes into a little rapid spin. Now Tusk just kind of cleans. That's a good Terra Fairy, but unfortunately, I feel like playing for WinCon with while paired is pain. It just never was really looking good. Um, this Hariyama's here for I don't know lulls. He took the AV off, which is good for our Coco, but it's faster because of spin. So I think we get Earthquaked 4 times and we lose. If I'm gonna be real, that didn't kill because we are boosting speed. Should have been boosting Spatak. Wouldn't have been faster then. So I guess it's over either way. Sturdy is fine, and it probably gets its Trailblaze kill, but you just go something that's either faster, like I don't know, or something that can't kill. Well, never mind. Critical hit, Ivy Cudgel, rock move. What are you gonna do? But Venusaur will be faster. Yep, Venusaur will just hit the Petal Blizzard. It'll happen again. Right there for Lottie. Not much to be done. 35%. T-Wave still cringe, but we're here to win games, so that's Mons. All right, moving on to the next game. What do we got here? So next we got Kyle versus Roy or Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, why wouldn't that be Roy? We're gonna play the music off, see what we got here. We got a lead RK9. I would just like to go down and say these guys shared their pace after the game. This Rabambi is criminal. In my opinion, if you're gonna build the lead Rabambi, you lead Rabambi and get your webs up, sir. But that's all right. It's all right. It's week 1. This Intimidate, we are not Rockhead either. This Landomon is very bad for Kyle's team. As long as this thing's alive, win cons of being pretty much Arcanine or the Duck can't win because this just comes in and intimidates them. And then they don't start winning. But, it's all a game plan. U-turn, classic. It's got, what is this? It's got U-turn. Yeah, U-turn leftovers. Fizz D Lando. We're just gaming, brother. Rocks are up. This thing probably has defog. I don't know who. Oh, I guess Rotom could have had it, but it's on his Lando, so it doesn't matter. And he wants defensive Lando anyway, like I just said, because as long as this is alive and annoying, then these mons can't win. Stealth Rock's up against Kyle. Does Kyle have off? Yes, he does. It's only on his leader Bombi with defog. Here comes Jirachi. Rocks are back up against Kyle, and that future sight does 6, which he gets back with leftovers. So, what are you going to do? Here comes Zapdos, not Boots. I guess we don't believe. We're Tailwind Zapdos, which I like the idea. Easy 30%, stay free. We U-turn on this Rotom, but we don't have a ground type, so this Rotom's either clicking Overheat or Electric Move for free. Cinccino, Coolmon, not eating hits, not a swap in. That thing either comes in hard to do its damage, or don't bring it. So this mon right here, the Terra Fairy Duck with Swords Dance, this, after I saw the actual sets, this mon wins the game. It didn't win the game here, where he went for it, but it could have won the game if he had played for more chip on Lando or just gotten Bennett out of the way, because this thing's just gonna click Destiny Bond. Like he went for it too early here, and in my mind, like the way it feels right now with rocks up, Rabombi is Sash with defog, but the rocks are up, so that item's gone. He didn't put his weds down to force this guy to click defog more. Bronzong's got Stealth Rock, Future Sight, and Protect. I don't know what his fourth move is, but he's not touching most of the team. Zapdos doesn't have boots, so it can only come in 2 or 3 more times on rocks. He's pretty much got Duck and Arcanine that's not Rockhead versus Royce 6 that are 92%, 93%, and a paralyzed Jirachi. But it is what it is, I guess. It's Mons. Aqua Step, obviously, good. Boost your speed, get your Moxie. Doesn't matter, though, because he's going Mega Banette, and he's going to click Destiny Bond. Yep, we all saw that coming. Even Kyle did because he switched out, but good scout on the Protect for the Poltergeist, so I can't really blame Kyle for that one. Here goes Zapdos. We're under half health. Zapdos had no item left, so that was a good swap into Poltergeist. I respect it. But he gets intimidated, and he brought no move to hit this Lando. However, Lando can't hit Zapdos either, so this is just fishing for static paras. Go back into Jirachi, and then Kyle clicks U-turn. Good use of U-turn, just because he can't, go to Lando and immune. On top of that, our Scarf Arcanine just got T-waved, so now it really is all just up to the Duck. But every time this Mon comes in, this Lando guy, to click Intimidate, the Duck is not getting the boost that he needs. So I don't know. This just kind of feels like, yeah, it's 5-5, but Kyle's playing pretty much Duck v11, and it's not looking great. Here comes Monkey Dory. We're just here to be a monkey, bro. No poison on the toxic chain, never lucky. But Kyle doesn't really have anywhere to go, so there's that. Discharge, crit damage, decent. But he got toxic, so Zapdos down. Arcanine comes in, takes 25 to rocks. It's parried, and it's not Rockhead, so even if he hits a head smash on this Lando or Flare Blitz, that does 30, and he gets some recoil. He hits another one for another 30, gets some more recoil. God is real, I guess, on the para, the second one in a row. Now that's Justice, so there goes the Arcanine. If this Mon went down, there could have been maybe a chance, but as long as this guy can click Destiny Bond, the Duck was never winning. I really like the idea of the Slack Berry to increase this guy's speed, even though we're Aqua Step, so the speed's already getting increased. I don't know if the speed was the issue here. But now we're ×2 speed, 1 attack. That's good, but we have no move to hit this Jirachi, so that Aqua Step does 40. There's a Future Sight in the air. You would have needed a crit there, and for him to get parried the turn before. That means nothing because the Future Sight's still in the air, so you're not going to eat that with the Duck. He goes Bennett. which I thought was kind of troll because you always save the Bennett that's not parried to click Destiny Bond. It forces the duck out. But like I said, doesn't matter. There's a future sight in the sky. This Bronzong comes in. It can't do just about anything, really. This Jirachi clicked Wish to top it off. Bronzong's walled. I don't know. I don't remember what his fourth move is. Oh, Power Gem. Yeah, I can see it. Roy technically has a Sun team that he didn't really bring, so I understand the rock move, but it's pretty unfortunate. But it's just over here. It immunes the future sight and clicks acrobatics, and then whatever move it has to kill this Bronzong, whether it's crunch or knockoff, yeah, whatever. That was an unfortunate one. Feel like Kyle prepped for the wrong team here, and then made some questionable plays, but it was a tough week one for Kyle. Definitely tough. Next, we've got Mando versus Psycho. For some reason, his showdown name is John Rowing. You know why? You know, it's all good. All right, so we got lead Cinderace versus Rotom Wash. U-turn into Sylveon. We've got a burned Sylveon. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I've been forgetting to call out win cons, but Psycho's team is obvious. It's fucking Dragonite or it's Kartana, maybe Speed Boost Blaziken. Mando's team, it's honestly I don't really see him on that I'm like, oh, they're gonna win the game. It's just kind of 6 annoying guys. Maybe Shell Smash Torterra, but it's just like his squad's just looking balanced. I can't see one immediate super threat. Just 5 annoying guys in a Torterra. Decent momentum. Here comes Gardevoir. Got absolutely destroyed by the Hyper Voice. Here comes Torn T. On the Moonblast, 42. 42 to die to U-turn. Mega Guard moment, I guess. Taunt on the Dragonite was really smart. Obviously, this guy's going to click Dragon Dance, as all brainless D-Knight players do. Ice Spinner's a good read on the Torn coming in. But, you know, Regenerator, so what does that really do? But as long as this Dragonite's got D-Dance, Ice Spinner, and Earthquake, game's unloosable. Earthquake again, so Mega Aggron did nothing here. Pretty much the biggest downfall in my mind of a lot of Megas is they don't enter the game Mega. Aggron is at like almost the top of that list. We for some reason decided taunt was going to stop mattering. Like this guy wasn't just going to start clicking DD the second that he got a chance to. And if I'm going to be real with you, this is how the game ends. I don't know, fish for the Omega crit right here. I guess that was our chance to fish for the crit to try and kill this D-Knight, but he's resigned to not beating this D-Knight. There's the crit, but he's already gained too much HP back with Roost. And he's times 2 attack, so the second he starts deciding to attack, it's literally over. But yeah, we're going to click Roost a couple more times. He goes Sylveon hard on the Ice Spinner, and it dies because he's times 2 attack. Here comes Torterra, Rock Blast missed. That would have been pretty cool for it to hit. Maybe it would have saved him some diff. I don't know if it was still winnable. But yeah, now he just times 2 Earthquakes. He Ice Spinners this. Gets his boots knocked off, but that doesn't matter. Oh my god, we roosted, man. Just click Ice Spinner, man. It does not matter. Got his ass, and then Powerball does 26 to us because it's resisted, and we just Earthquake. And that's that game, ladies and gentlemen. Really riveting stuff here out of the Terra abusers. Alright, now we've got Iceman versus Leo in our next game. So we got a Vikavolt lead versus Manectric. This guy's going to throw webs, as is every brainless Vikavolt lead user. In comes Goodra. I really like that mon. Ice Beam is fine. Tapu Fini's really smart into this matchup. I'm actually surprised that Iceman still brought the Okidogi looking at Fini, because anything that's grounded won't get hit by Toxic Chain. As long as Fini keeps sitting Misty Train, obviously. But I don't know too much about this mon, but that's good damage, honestly, against the Fini. So, you know, fuck it. Just do what you can do. Fini's dead, so 2 turns, that won't matter. Hawlucha's in. They're all brainless. Hawlucha abusers. Acrobatics. We wasted Poison Terror to still die to Acro. That's sad. It's very sad. Here comes Diancie. Ironhead. No flinch. Moonblast doesn't kill because he's got the Spadef. Those might have been 2 rolls. I think they both said that those were rolls. Drain Punch on the Empoleon sack is wild because this Hawlucha is now healthy enough. And I would just like to say, like I said before, you guys can't see it, but if up here at the beginning of the turns, this Hawlucha was fighting Terra, if he Terra fighting to not die to Thunderbolt right there, and then was able to click Acrobatics again, Acrobatics again here, instead of dying to Thunderbolt, it would have been a way better situation than he put himself in. So here comes Gliscor, gets a free knock because he's faster. He's not affected by the webs, obviously. Whoops, dropped my cup. And then we got Greninja come out, and the always living Goodra comes in. He clicks U-turn because he needs Protean to end sacks the Diancie. And then comes Gren. I can only imagine he put the Gren back in front. Well, as we can see, it was for low kick, which is fine. You would assume that he would low kick again here, but I guess he was trying to read a swap. The Ice Beam doesn't kill though, but he's Life Orb, so there's really realistically only 2 more turns for this Greninja. He low kicks here, which is whatever, because like I said, these Gren's only got 3%, so there's really no diff. Gets intimidated and eats a hidden power ice on entry, but 1,000 Arrows is always going to kill this Manectric at that HP. Even at -1, doesn't matter. 1,000 Arrows is going to hit this Gliscor for the Ice Fang. There's no difference. He's 100%, but he's physically defensive for Zygarde, so Ice Beam Protean is going to kill. But then obviously he's going to die to the Life Orb chip, so Porygon picks up a free 1-0 win for Leo. That was a quick one. 19 turns and the whole field's dead. So then last in the week, or at least viewing wise, we've got Gooman, aka Marcus, or Garmus versus Ryan. Not saying that name. Cock's enormous. I'm saying it anyway. So we got a Mega Scizor lead on an Ogerpon Teal Mass lead. This guy clicked a U-turn, and that guy clicked a U-turn. Brain users. Now there's a Treads in front of Ceruledge and a double on Bear mode, which was immune to Volt Switch. And then a Blood Moon clicked. Ryan was probably trying to read a swap, but Marcus has committed to the I'm staying in, brother. In comes the Cramorant on Focus Blast. Wild. But here comes Whimsicott on Stockpile. These guys are so unserious, man. Hurricane's a really good click on the Whimsicott. And then he got U-turned on. Glamour's has his sash broken if there even was one, but that Surf didn't even kill, so there's not really a big difference. Power Gem takes this Stockpile out, and Gulp Missile drops his HP even a little lower, but honestly, that Cramorant put the Whimsicott at 30 and the Glim at 12, so it did what it had to do, really, in my mind. Hyper Voice, Throat Spray is a cool set. I listen DD, but he gets encored into Hyper Voice, and that kills Whimsicott. All that does is allow Scizor to come in, but, you know, half the time they're clicking U-turn. It's U-turn or SD on Scizor, let's be real, every time. In comes the Deoxys Speed, and this guy clicks Nasty Plot on Earthquake that it lived. So it probably just comes down to some rolls at this point. Well, the Treads did not die, so I don't know what that roll was, but that was probably very unfortunate. This doesn't really matter here because he's going to click Endure, he's going to click Earthquake, it's going to go to 1 HP, prac Weakness Policy, and Weak Armor, and boost his speed. But Marcus just comes in and clicks anybody with Prio, so I don't know if he's got any, but... Oh, or he just goes this and doesn't die to Poltergeist because it's unaware Baby Croc wearing a sombrero. Roar works too because he's going to come in and die to Rock, so there's really no difference on that move. Flamethrower is fine, it's whatever. Blood Moon, oh, he lived, so he gets even more chip from this guy. Oh, he went Ceruledge. on flamethrower, and then Mega Scizor comes in. Obviously, it's going to bullet punch or U-turn. Oh, never mind. It would always be faster than the Croc. He doesn't need a bullet punch. That puts this guy in the Ursaluna Blood Moon. It can't CM. Well, it can CM, but it can't like try to whip up some vacuum wave nonsense. So Hyper Voice just hits this guy. This is just now Keldeo comes in. It clicks Sacred Sword twice, and I think that's it really. I don't know if either of them Terra. I think Marcus might Terra here just to resist something and clicks Hidden Power Fire. That didn't matter. The crit didn't matter. And that's it. Those are the games for the week. Definitely saw some moves and some sets, but I'm just gonna go into the standings so these guys can see how they're doing. Let me see if I can get this to sit on it well. Let me move the screen up a little bit. All right, so as you can see what they got going on right now for the standings, it's definitely not the way that I thought it was going to look for some of these, but it's only week 1. It doesn't really mean anything. The -5 diff is probably the worst to see, but I'm a believer that both these guys will bounce back. And yeah, that's really about it for this league. I'm going to upload this right into the Discord and let them all know that I'm a hater, and that's it, baby. Daniel out.